Hi, I'm Michelle. I'm a health studies major and I'm from Staten Island, New York. And for this proposal, I would like to do domestic violence slash partner violence in the United States and Russia. So I chose this topic because my family is from Russia, so I knew I wanted to study something about a country that I'm actually personally connected to. And I wanted to compare it to where I live now versus where my parents lived before. The topic of domestic violence is everywhere, and as bad as it is to say, domestic violence is something that many people can actually relate to. Thankfully, I've never been a part of that kind of situation, but I know people who have been. So I felt like this topic is important to do because it's quote unquote relatable. So I would research how Russia views domestic slash partner violence and then how it compares to how the United States views domestic and partner violence. And just really quickly, I found a few links under each. So for Russia, the first link is about how the Putin set new laws in place that ease some penalties for domestic violence. The second link is how a Russian male athlete spent 2 months in jail for domestic abuse, but he is still somehow able to represent Russia in the Olympics. And then the third link is how police refuse to investigate when women report domestic violence because they like brush it off to the side. And then the first link for how America views domestic violence is an article called "Adding Insult to Injury: Redefining Domestic Abuse," and it's how Trump had a say in defining what domestic violence actually is. And based on the article, he defines it in a very negative way, as if it's something thrown under the rug and doesn't really matter. And then the second link is how domestic violence courts in Canada and the US are trying to prioritize safety for women and children. And I'm still trying to find good articles about women's health and like healthcare in Russia and the US, but this is the start. I just want to see how each like country and each culture compares to what they view towards women and how they view domestic violence.